My boyfriend 20M continues to make me 19F feel terrible for not moving on after his mom has made it her mission to ruin our relationship. Should I break up with him, or is the honeymoon stage just over? My boyfriend and I have been together for almost 2 years now. Everything has seemed fine for the first year and a half, but recently we continuously have arguments and I'm not sure what to do. We love each other so much, but I'm not sure if we are in the right place to be with each other. I feel like he doesn't have time for me, and when we do talk, I'm always starting the conversations. He's not a bad boyfriend, but we've had many events happen in the last 6 months that have definitely made me consider breaking up or taking a break. Context: my boyfriend, let's call him Juan, works with his family as a manager for their countertop and cabinet shop and has since high school. He wakes up early to go to work and leaves work pretty late. He works around 12+ hours and helps his family with his siblings. We both met when I was ending my junior year of high school, and when he was finishing his senior year. My ex-best friend suggested to get on an app called Yubo after a few months since I broke up with my long-term boyfriend of 4 years. We met on the app, and he was super shy. I feel like he's always kind of let me dominate a conversation, and from the beginning didn't ask me as many questions as I did, but I still liked him, and we got together. He definitely has grown out of his shell with me and my family after the long time we've been together. However, it's kind of bothered me that I constantly ask him questions and he doesn't seem to ask me any deep questions. I'm a talkative person and I want him to also want to talk to me about anything. More context: Juan's family is a big Mexican family which differs to my small Colombian family. They're not as close as you might think. He comes from his family of divorce, and his stepdad is not the most talkative person. They tend to only talk about work and money whenever me and my family goes to their parties. Mind you, I come from humble beginnings, because my parents never were able to make more than sustaining their family as immigrants with green cards. I've tried hard to be close with his family, especially his mom. However, she has consistently been a problem for our relationship in the recent months. I've always tried to talk to them and try to be sociable with them, however, they just never make the effort with me. A major problem she has is that my boyfriend tends to get home a little later than what he says to her. For example, if he is with me until 11:30, she's already blowing up his phone. I understand that he needs to go to work early, but usually he leaves late because he falls asleep on my bed and I can't wake him up. I've told her multiple times that I can't control his decisions, but she continuously blows up my phone or my parents' phones when they have nothing to do with this. He has done better with getting home a bit earlier than he says or leaving so he gets there by the time he says. I just kind of find it mind-boggling that he is a grown adult that pays for stuff for the house and she is constantly controlling the stuff he does. The peak of our problems happened in December at a Christmas party where she decided to speak to my mom about my boyfriend staying at my house for extensive amount of time in front of everybody and having his aunts make opinions about it. She basically aired out a lot of problems that could have been dealt with if she would actually speak to me instead of being shady. My parents decided to leave afterwards at around 7 o'clock. We got there at 5, an hour late because his mom kept telling us different times and they started Christmas without us, then made us sit away from the group and asked me if I wanted to come with them. It was pretty early still and I was still unwrapping gifts that my boyfriend gave me, so I wanted to stay a little longer. I asked my boyfriend he could take me home, a 25 minutes drive that he usually does, and he decided to go and check what time his family members were going to leave. Already kinda bothered me because there was a party the night before where he didn't spend much time with me the whole night because he was gambling with his uncles and stepdad. His mom gave me the side and told me in front of everyone that they were all going to leave at 10:30 because people have to work, so I should leave now. I'd like to preface that whenever they say they're going to leave they never do and they stay until 3 a.m. drinking and playing poker or games. It turned out to happen that night too. My boyfriend came back and let his mom basically kick me out and make me feel like I was just a bother for trying to stay a little longer. He didn't defend me in front of her and it's caused a lot of problems between our relationship because it seems like he doesn't defend me. He says he's had multiple conversations with her to try to get us to be closer and for her not to air out all our business. Nothing has changed and it's been a few months and she continuously makes me feel like I'm distracting his son at work. A month ago, he started an online business selling Pokemon cards and he spends hours on it. I'm fully supportive of him, and his intentions are sweet because he wants to buy a house for us in the future. However, he goes live on TikTok for hours till 4 a.m. and every time I call him an hour before he starts it seems like I'm a bother. Once I was helping him with his TikTok business in an early live, and it was around 1 a.m. when he was about to take me home. She went off on him and said that she was going to burn his product for the business because his job with his family is more important. She asked him if he wants me to support him in the future because I'm going to go to college and he is going to become a bum if he doesn't take his business more seriously. I'd like to also state that I have a car but he likes to pick me up and drive me because he's very chivalrous and a bit traditional. She was yelling at him in front of me, and told him that I could just take an Uber because he still has work in the morning and I'll just bother him if he has to go drive 25 minutes and come back. He didn't defend me again and I just told him that I would just take an Uber and that it's fine, but he wouldn't accept that and still took me to my house. I honestly don't know what to do with the situation, because there have been plenty of remarks said about me. It seems like she doesn't like that I come from a wealthy background too. Ever since this whole situation, it's honestly started just a bunch of other problems with me and him, from his jealousy to him and ever since this whole situation, it's honestly started just a bunch of other problems with me and him, from his jealousy of me going to college with other men to him and validating my feelings. Sorry that this was a long story. I kind of wanted to put in some events that were pretty important to give context. There have been other events, but I think it would become too long for everyone to read. What do you guys think I should do with my boyfriend? I've already talked to him multiple times about my feelings, and would I like more from him, like effort and communication? It just seems that maybe we're just in two different states of our lives that it's causing us to have problems. He says he's going to do better and that we're just going through a rough patch, which maybe we're, but I am conflicted because I do love him and he is a great guy overall. Thank you for listening to this story, and if you guys have any questions, I'll do an edit. Light brown skin. That's it exactly. You are in two different places and not well matched. When you have communicated many times to someone that there's a problem, a good 6 months is really all you need to turn it around. Add a MIL problem in your doom and gloom.